what I've been working on for the last few months, little project. It came together from one of my classes, one of my business classes, where we were doing a lot of prototyping for little app ideas. And as we were prototyping in class, we were sort of using some of the AI tools that were there. And as we were doing that, this thing called vibe coding started becoming a thing, basically. I kept using it, kept exploring with it. It was pretty bad at the start, but pretty quickly I was able to get myself into it, kind of obsessed over it for a little while, and then started working on a few projects to kind of try and use this new software development ability to bring something in for the school. And so, worked on a few different ideas, a few different projects, and I ended up getting quite hooked into one, which is what I'm going to show you today. This little online application that I put together is based off an idea we had at the school a few years ago. The idea was a thing called the values passport, but it just sort of wasn't really viable in that form. But that idea stuck with me, and I thought, I wonder if we could get it to work in a digital space. And now I've started getting a handle on the tooling of making applications. Maybe I can give that a crack. And that's basically what I did. I put together the digital version of the values passport for our school, South Eastside College, and I'll just sort of want to run you through it. Basically, I'll go through from the student view first, just so you can sort of see what I mean. And basically, this is just a test student here, but you got your little banner. This would be someone's name, then their avatar, and this would be their passport. So they've got all their subjects down here, also some locations and events here, and you got the values across the top. At our school, all the values have about 15 sub-values. So anytime that a student were to do, show the value of truth in English, the teacher might give them a stamp there. And then as they get through this whole section, they might get a mastery level, or if they get truth in every single one of these, we've got some badges, some enamel badges that we can give out as sort of like a high-ranking prize. And yeah, that's basically it. It's pretty simple in that idea. I guess the cool part about putting it into an application is that it all gets logged and saved and I guess managed through this. The teachers, all they really have to do is go on. So they'll log on just with their 365 account, and they'll head in there, and basically what they're doing is just adding in the students. So they'll type in a student's name, let's say student test, so you don't see any actual students. We'll add that in, and okay, let's say in art class you showed the value of peace by, you showed good focus today. Student showed excellent focus in class, above and beyond. You don't have to do this, but you award the little stamp and off it goes. Awarded the peace stamp to one student, and basically that's pretty much it. There's a place for the teachers to review requests for when students might get some of the rewards, or a student could actually request to get a stamp or put it out there for one of their friends that they've seen do. So I'll show you that. They might request a stamp here. So for yourself or for a friend in the little areas, sort of a good way to advocate for yourself if you've done something good and haven't been recognized. It's not a bad thing to put your hand up like, hey, I did this thing, give me some props. So here's student test. Here's the one here we got from Mr. James Incarnis. That's me. Most of you know me as Jimmy, but it is James. And they get their little note there, and it sort of shows a really good history of their time at school and what they've done, and some nice things that they've done along the way. I built out some achievement sort of things in here, so you can sort of see, I've got the first peace stamp there. There's some other sort of ones that they can work on. And yeah, the goal, I guess, is to build out these achievements as they go through and try and develop themselves. And this is sort of a good visual scaffold for them to be able to do that. Built in some leaderboards there. I won't show you it all, like, as these sort of have real names in there, but basically what it is lots of different types of leaderboards that really give you lots of chances for you to win. I can see there's a few kids here who've really had a good crack at the quiz. The highest total's 24 points on the little quiz. There's a quiz in here about the values, but you got leaderboards for all the different ones here about all the different values as well. So there's lots of ways, different grades, all that sort of thing. Lots of ways for them to win and to show up and be recognised. For the teachers, I tried to make it super easy for them to be able to put in students and to add them in, so that it's very quick, doesn't add a lot of extra work, and it's something that's positive, that they know that their positive comments go out to the students. And yeah, that's basically what it is. So yeah. So yeah, that's the gist of the program. Basically, we've started off using it with the grade 7s. They're sort of a good, receptive, fun bunch, and kind of when they come into school, they're pretty excited to be there and do well and that sort of thing. So we're sort of utilising them as a good test group to kind of get out all the little bugs and make sure it all works and all that sort of thing. Make sure it's secure and safe for everyone, and it works as intended. And then just to see how they interact with it, how they respond to it. Yeah, just give that a try. And the plan is, once that's all figured out, sort of roll it out to the rest of the school. But yeah, it's been a great little project, little experiment, I guess. And yeah, it's been fun process in learning how to create some software and applications and bring them into the school setting. I've got a few other ideas that I'm working on, a few other projects, but they're not quite ready just yet. But I just wanted to share this one and sort of put it out there and see what you guys think, see if anyone has any thoughts or any feedback or anything like that. But yeah, a bit of fun. Thanks.